this meeting of the Board of Health on Tuesday, January 14th, 2025 at 5:30? 5:39. I'm Dave DeVignan, Chairman. To my left, Tom Fortin, also board member, and Mr. Medeiros. Bob Medeiros is absent due to illness. So we'll go right into it. First item, correspondence, letter from community nurse, home care statistics for November and December of 2024. A lot of Lyme disease, huh?
Yeah, for November. Yep. I mean that's
14? Is that normal?
yes. I mean that's one of our biggest issues that we have right now is tick-borne illnesses. I mean just all year. It's something that we really have to be concerned about.
But it goes down in December drastically, huh?
Yes. Yep.
A motion to file?
I'll second the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next we have the annual Bristol County Mosquito Control Project Report for January to December. Review of matters presented. Votes may be taken. January dash December, is that backwards?
So it's for the whole year.
Oh, of 2024.
Of
January
2024.
2024. Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, just down at the bottom is a little synopsis of what really went on. You know, they sprayed
What they
over,
sprayed.
They sprayed over 2,645 acres.
and this is in Acushnet.
In Acushnet only, 2,645 acres. They treated 25.38 acres in 28 locations. Received and completed 181 requests for spray. Cleared and reclaimed 1,500 feet of brush. Treated 720 catch basins. Oh, wow.
It's a lot.
Do we know how many we have in town?
I don't, but I could find
That's
out.
a good number.
Yeah, no, they definitely do their job.
I had no idea they do all that.
Yeah, no,
They're only testing and spraying.
yeah, no, they're good people to keep around for sure. So they do definitely.
So this is a report for January 1, 2024 through December 31, 2024.
Yep.
It's about, I just read the summary. It's page and a half long. It's on file for anybody that wants it, if they're interested. And it's dated December 27th, 2024. Is there a motion to place on file?
Motion to file?
I'll second the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Next, under correspondence, we have a letter from Woodard and Curran regarding notice of final Phase 3 remedial action plan, addendum and Phase 4 remedy former implementation plan for the former ball plant 1, 4 Slocum Street.
Joe Connor.
Review of matters presented. Votes may be taken.
Yeah, so for a public service announcement, I mean, all the information here is what they're doing in regards to what their plans are on in regards to the final cleanup of, you know, hazardous materials that were spilled over the years over there. They're moving forward with doing that. This several pages, you know, goes through what the intent is and what they're going to do, and when nothing has started yet, but what they're going to do once they get started, which is more or less the finale. The cleanup process that they're going to go through to do it. So, just as a note to the public that this is something that, you know, is being pursued and going to be cleaned up.
All right, make a motion to file?
Second the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next letter we have correspondence. It's a letter from Wave 2 Environmental Incorporated regarding 1 Beach Street, formerly known as Riverside Auto. Review of matters presented. Votes may be taken.
So essentially, this is the same thing. There was some spills that took place over there. This was purchased by, essentially it's an offshoot of Buzzards Bay Coalition.
Yep.
It's an extension, as I understand it, to PJ Keating Woods. They're trying to, you know, create that walking path that's all the way down to the water. That's what their intent was here. Essentially, what this does is talk about how they are going to prevent any further contamination and prevent anybody from using the property in any kind of way that would cause any damage. The areas are to themselves, to people. They've essentially put a deed restriction in on the property to ensure that it can't be used in any kind of way that, again, would harm anybody. And they've located the areas where, the hazardous material, which is essentially oils and whatnot, PCBs, things that are normal and customary to that area of the waterfront,
Right.
where it is,
No gardens, in other words.
yeah, well, no gardens is certainly one of them.
It's actually surprisingly a small area compared
Yeah.
to the whole property.
Yeah.
So there's a plan in here if anybody's interested. Pretty thorough report on how that area will have an activity and use limitation, basically attached to the deed. For those in the public who want to read it, it'll be on file. Is there a motion? Place on file?
Motion to place on file?
I'll second the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Let me see. Next on our list, discussion. I'm gonna put this on hold due to Mr. Maderas not being here. It has to do with a waiver.
All right, make a motion to place it on file.
I'll second the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Let's see. Next on the agenda item, 23 Frank Street. Septic repair plan approved on October 2nd, 2018, never installed. A review of matters presented also may be taken.
What was the reason?
Um,
Any explanation for that?
Yeah, I guess they didn't know. That
7
being
years
said,
ago.
I know.
that being said, we realized this. We sent out letters to the new owners explaining the fact that they needed to tie it in. There was several discussions with the owner and different people in regards to it about the fact that they did not have the money to install it. They asked the town or asked me if there was a way where they could get a loan from the town.
Is there money still available in that account?
It's yes, yes, but no. Okay, there was the town accountant at the time that actually clarified this, which was Kathy Doan, and went through it. Because of it being the sewer abatement section of DEP, they have loaned us money, and they loaned us money that had to do a lot with the sewer tie-ins that happened when you guys did the most recent sewer. So I understand that money can be taken and reused, okay? But there's a portion of that obviously, and again, I'm not the accountant, but just to quickly to go through that of course has to be paid back to this water sewer fund.
Right.
Water pollution.
Yeah. And so we can grab some of that money, but they're putting the money back. And so basically the way that they were paying it, what they basically said is, what Kathy Donor said at the time, the easiest way to reuse the money was to reuse the money that we made in interest. Okay? So that's what we've done since I've been here over the last, 10 years, is we've been able to pull that over and been using that. But we were using that to tie in the people that, the last few people that hadn't tied into the sewer line. And I think we used some to actually install one septic system. So because we don't have a lot of extra money, and we don't have an accountant that has the ability at this particular point in time, or over the last couple of years at this point, to be able to really dive deep into the way that that's set up with DEP and how we can utilize more money. Like again, we basically should be able to essentially be given money from DEP, be able to loan it out, and then pay it back as we did and collect the interest to reuse. But we should be able to use even the money that we've loaned, that we've gotten back, to reuse to give out. And that is a little bit more of a complicated problem. I remember that even with Kathy at the time. And so she was busy and would have got into it, I think, more in the future. But then she went off to work in another town. And then we got a new town accountant and started to get into that a little bit with the new town accountant, but then she became our town administrator. And we weren't able to get all this resolved. And then the town accountant at the time wasn't, had enough to do.
Is there somebody at the DEP that you could talk to about?
I have talked to, and this goes back even before I worked here, I spoke to DEP about this. And they're all game for it. I mean, I haven't spoken recently, but there wasn't an issue with being able to have us have the money. The problem is more associated with the way the town has to deal with it. Because again, we're using the state's money to be able to loan it out to private people, where we're collecting interest. It has to get into the assessor's department. It obviously has to get into our department. There has to be,
It's pretty complicated.
municipal lien certificates put into the town. So everybody really has to know what's going on with that, so that it doesn't create some sort of, and that was what Kathy was telling me about, like it could create some sort of issue if, on their books, if it's not done right on the town's books. So for me to sit here and say, someday I'd like to have the accountant have the discussion with all of us, with me, and make it clear, but we currently don't have an accountant at all. And so
So if we need time for the town accountant thing to filter out. Obviously, they can't install something in the middle of the winter,
agreed.
so maybe we could give a reasonable timeline for them to get their finances in order. And then in that time frame, if,
Why don't we, have they been in contact with you?
I haven't been in contact with them recently, but it hasn't been resolved.
Why
so-
don't we contact them and see where they stand as far as their finances go, and then
Okay.
at our next meeting, we can make a decision on what kind of timeline we can give them with the three of us, actually.
Okay.
I'd rather do that, and that way we know where they stand, because what if they don't have the money? They say, some people are in rough shape right now,
Mm-hmm.
So let's see why don't we see where they stand right now?
Okay.
As far as financially,
Yep.
and then we can make a decision on
Yeah.
giving them a timeline at the next meeting.
Okay, I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm flexible.
I
I
think
just
that's
like to see
fair.
something happen in
Oh, yeah.
2024, be
Yeah.
realistic,
Yep,
I
most
mean, because
definitely.
we're gonna be, as we get to October, like you said, it'll be 7 full years, I think.
Yeah.
If they got a lot of use out of that cesspool or whatever it's
It
called.
needs to be done. I mean,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
I mean, they
All
bought
right.
it with the intention, and yes, we need to stay on top of it, no doubt. So yeah,
All
you
right,
got that.
so-
We'll get out.
So, I'll entertain a motion to table it to the next meeting where we have a full board, and in the meantime, Joe can contact them directly
All right,
and
second
start
that,
some dialogue.
second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. So that brings us to our Board of Health policy for installation timeline for septic systems. You have to remind me where we left off with this. I know we're changing language.
Yep,
Yeah,
and
we
so
changed- We changed,
yeah, this is the finale that's here with the change language in it. Off the top of my head, we just looked at it quickly, and I forget exactly what the words were, but we put it in already. It was essentially just a matter of signing it.
Okay.
So,
I think it was to,
Yeah, we wanted the timeline starts when they actually begin the work.
Right, not when they
Not
pull
when
the
they pull the
permit.
permit, because it could be months.
right,
And that's what it says now.
yeah.
At the start date, 15 business days from that date. So they break ground. That's what the
Yes.
timeline. Okay.
yeah.
All right. So is there a motion to endorse?
I don't know, should we do that without Bob?
I think everybody was fine with it. It's
You
just a
tell me,
matter
I'm
of
not-
signing. Yeah, everybody
Well,
was fine with it. It was just a matter of changing that.
Okay.
I would like to, I know,
Well,
it's
So,
exactly what we
when
discussed.
Bob's here, it's there. So I
It's-
mean, it's just
yeah.
a matter of you guys all
Are
signing.
We'll get it in-
there
we'll get it in
are guys
place.
still installing septics right now? Or is it really slowed down?
It has really slowed down
Yeah,
from
I
an
think it's
install
cold.
Now, the
standpoint,
way the
yeah.
weather is.
So I don't think the weather's.
No,
Yeah, and there's none that are currently being installed,
let's wait.
like
Okay.
it was the last
Because,
time.
Motion to table?
Yeah, motion to table to the next
I'll
meeting.
second the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, do we have any minutes to sign? No?
No, sorry.
Okay. Do we have any vouchers to sign?
Yes, in that folder.
Alright, is there a motion to sign the vouchers?
Motion?
I'll second the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. And is there anything else unexpected that came up, Joe?
No, I mean, not really, nothing to report at this moment.
Okay. Next meeting date?
It's February, first week of February,
Yeah.
second week of February.
So,
11th. 11th?
so
Yeah.
Are you leaving?
I'm going to try to slip away, and yeah, from the
18th?
8th to the 12th.
Okay,
Do you wanna do the 18th?
That's
that's
absolutely
easier,
fine.
yeah, okay.
Next meeting will be February 18th.
If it
tentatively.
changes, we can.
Yeah, that's tentatively. With that, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, we are now adjourned.